and get set to go, as we have a bit of an awkward opening. Because, well, this is actually when we just, well, actually both players are playing a bit of an awkward opening. So, this is a bit crazy. I got caught off guard a little bit here. I was actually in game, and then I was just getting set up ready to go in game, and all of a sudden, boom. We've got both players moving across the middle of the map looking to proxy early on in the game. Personal's going to commit to it though, which I'm not too sure about because Welmu spotted this and he's already building his own gateway, so I'm not sure how effective this is really going to be. This is immediately a very weird way to open up in a PvP. So let's introduce our players very quickly. To the left side, it's going to be Imaginary Gaming's Welmu. And on the right side of the map, it's going to be our Blue Prosper. It's Personal. And again, his first gateway over here, going to be proxying this and looking to move in towards some Stalker production in the very near future. And you're going to see a Zealot popping out here in the first few moments. And I mean, the thing is though, Welmu's got enough to just kind of do exactly the same. He's just going to mirror his opponent ever so slightly behind. But he's going to have the defend. He's going to be a little. He's going to have, by the time the Zealot walks from here to over here, Welmu's going to have the same unit out in time to defend. So it's a very weird opening, very weird choice for Personal to continue trying to proxy this. As there's that second Zealot starting up for him. Chrono boosting that out. Welmu actually not spending his Chrono boost on anything just yet. He might save that for Warp Gate. And just say, right, if I can survive long enough and get Warp Gate out, then I'm going to be pretty much okay. So, without the Chrono, that Zealot comes out a little bit later, but with a couple of probes helping him out, he will be able to turn away that second Zealot. Second Zealot on the way out for the person has just popped, but Stalker immediately on the way for Welmu, and I imagine he's probably going to try and go in towards a Mothership Core in the next few moments here. What is with these network spikes? What the flip's going on? Welmu backing off and just needs to wait for the Stalker. Once the Stalker comes out, he's going to be in a nice little spot where he can kite these Zealots all day. Loses a worker there though, and has to be careful because I mean 2 Zealots will take down workers very quickly, and that's actually 3 workers lost already, and now a 4th, and well now he's actually behind on workers, which isn't ideal. But he will kill off both of these Zealots, of course, which means he can take a little bit of map control, and he actually may very well be able to try and pressure down this pylon. If he can take this down, that would be great for him. And Stalker going to start going up against each other. The Zealot coming in will be able to help turn this away and push this in favour of Welmu, as he's going to try and start getting that pylon, but he's going to take another free shot on his own Stalker, and I think he just has to back away from this. He's going to leave his Zealot on it. He's got his own second Stalker coming in now though, and he'll actually get the first shot this time around, and now actually I think things are, well, it's actually pretty close still. What's going on? The lag. Welmu continue to dominate this micro here, as Personal is not going to be able to catch the Stalker. It's running all the way away. This pylon's going to get taken down. That means Personal will actually hit a supply block more or less, and he loses the Stalker as well. He builds a pylon over here now. He's going to proxy a Stargate as his follow-up to this. He does have Warp Gate on the way, so does Welmu. Then Welmu just warps in 2 more gateways. I imagine Welmu with this probe in the main base, he's just going to, oh my god. Personal is in a lot of trouble because the warpins are going to come in from his main base. He doesn't have a Mothership Core. He's got nothing to be able to defend here. He's in a lot of trouble, and I think Welmu is just going to straight up win this attack with this, win this game with this counter attack. Mothership Core pops out, and this probe gonna be moving out of there because here come the units, and here come the units from the other side as well as they get warped. And this Mothership Core is going to go down, and this is probably pretty much game over for Personal. I mean, he's still got the money to start an Oracle, so he can start an Oracle and it has to kind of win the game. But Welmu, all he has to do for safety's sake is warp 2 Stalkers into his main base, and he wins this because I mean he's just going to end up with more workers. And there we go, Welmu killing off a lot here. Lost very little this game actually. He's actually lost. Well, he actually lost a lot of workers just then to this Stalker, which has been moving in. Didn't realise that came in from this pylon up here. Didn't quite expect that to be happening. A Void Ray being made as well to try and slow Welmu, try and help against this. But again, Welmu just has too many units. I think he's still mining away a little bit, so he's going to have a few more warpins available. But not that much, so I guess the Void Ray is something he can't deal with immediately on his side of the map. But again, he will win the base trade in the long run as well anyways. And I'm just killing these pylons, making sure his opponents build as least likely as possible to be able to continue building units here. In case he has a, in case he powers this gate or something. He's trying to supply block his opponent. And Nexus gets taken down. The Stalker's going to continue against the Cybercore, and again, I mean, I'm pretty much thinking this should be game, and Personal actually is just going to type GG guys, as he can't make this happen. Well, move game. So guys, Welcome back to the stream as we introduce our players here on Coda. In the top left of the map from Imaginary Game, and we're going to have our red Protoss player. It is Welmu. And down to the bottom right corner of the map, it's going to be our blue Protoss. It is Personal. See what he wants to get up to this time around. As both players building their pylons in their main bases, so there's not going to be any super quick action on the map this time. But of course, it's PvP, so things can change very quickly, and we can see all sorts of aggression very early in the game. Getting up towards 1,750 viewers. Welcome to you all. Thank you so much for dropping by. Again, if you are enjoying the show, then hit that follow button if you feel like it's worthwhile and you feel like you might enjoy seeing other tournaments cast by me in the future. And if, of course, you're really enjoying, there's also that subscribe option as well. Or if you don't like subscribing, you'd rather directly donate, you can do that too. MoveUp will tell you all about it every now and then. But let's try, and our main goal for today, let's try and push towards 2,000 viewers. We just hit 4,000 followers on the stream today, which is pretty nice, pretty awesome. Really awesome, actually. 4,000 followers is a huge milestone. I think at the start of this year, I set myself a goal to try and get 5,000 Twitch followers, and we're now on something like, well, now we're on 4,000. We started at like 1,000 and something. So it's been an insane year so far in terms of channel growth, so it's been a lot of fun. Immediately something a little bit weird going on here though for Personal, so let's get into this game. And talk about this pylon placed behind his mineral line, and I mean, is he really going to hide something here, or is it just to try and mind game his opponent into thinking there's a pylon out on the map and that he is being proxied? It can work in both ways. I mean, he could actually just hide his tech down here if he really wanted to. Wouldn't give him much of an advantage apart from the fact that, well, we might not be able to see it quite so easily. But I think the main thing is going to be as Welmu comes across the map here with this probe, he's going to get into the base. He's going to see that his opponent doesn't really have like many pylons in his base. He's going to be like, well, why are you missing a pylon? What are you doing with that? And it could very well be, something that could be, a build which misses a pylon in the main base. Is something like a Jesus, these spikes are bad. It's something like kind of a proxy Stargate or so. Instead, though, Personal actually just pops down his second gateway, and that's something which Welmu will also see. And now Welmu should probably be saying, well, okay, you've kind of got a pylon out on the map there somewhere. With a second gate, it's not like you're going to be teching up here super fast. So nothing really surprising. As Personal just going to keep it right in this main base. He's actually going to lose the probe, though. Doesn't really get any further information. Unless, did he see that Twilight Council coming down? No, he didn't. So Twilight Council coming down here for Welmu, which is nice. A Stalker heading out onto the map for him. I'm going to look to see what's up and what's going on. This mothership core just moving on a little bit. Again, guys, I'm sorry about these spikes we're getting. I really don't... I'm not even getting that many per minute, so I don't even know if it's on... I mean, I guess it must be on my end, but I don't know why. We do have, let me try pause my stream and stuff, see if that helps out a little bit. Sometimes it's a little bit weird like that. Welmu coming across the map and just poke away with a Stalker there, but 3 Stalkers out for his opponent because of the 2 gateway opening and a 3rd gate now being popped, a Twilight Council and a 3rd gate now being popped down for Personal. So it's going to be blink from both players here. Welmu going to have the 3rd gate up, actually a little bit behind his opponent, so he's going to be a little bit behind on Stalker count, I think. But I mean, not really though. He's actually adding on a 3rd Stalker now, whereas his opponent isn't, so... Pretty much mirrored builds here. Both players dropping that rover facility at a very similar time as well, just in case they need an observer to deal with the Dark Templar. And Stalker just coming back home here. 3rd Stalker about to pop out that blink over halfway done for Welmu. Now, of course, if he can take a fight when his blink is finished and his opponent's isn't, that's definitely going to end up going in his favour. As all of his buildings just finishing up here in the back of his mineral line. His next pylon is out on the map, going to finish up here and will allow him to have a warping point for his Stalkers. A probe along the way along the map for Personal, so he's looking to do something very much similar to his opponent here, set up a pylon a little bit later in the game. This probe's going to be spotted by these Stalkers, which are going to try and look around for the pylons, knowing that probe is coming from this direction. Well, we're going to warp in 3 Stalkers of his own. He's going to start engaging this here. Doesn't really get the better end of this initial engagement though, but now he's started to turn this around a little bit. I still think Personal gets the upper hand there. When we continue, comes across the map with the rest of his units, kills off that probe. And the thing is, Personal is actually going to get himself a little bit cornered here if he isn't careful. He's going to get sandwiched between these Stalkers, but also Welmu's going to get sandwiched. It's a sandwich on either side, and Welmu's the player with blink, and so he's able to blink forwards on top of this. He can now blink his hurt Stalkers away if you would like to, but he actually misses that blink there. If you would like to, now you can maybe just blink on top of these Stalkers, and Personal is already losing a lot, and he's just being caught out in the middle of nowhere. His blink's a little bit later. And Welmu, his slightly greedier blink in this game, is going to work out well for him here. Kills off 2 more Stalkers, still hasn't lost that one in the back for himself. No, he does lose it there. And now just going to start bringing in phone overcharge. Can be used, but Personal's not going to use it. He probably realizes that it might just be too late anyway, and that's pretty much game over at this point. He doesn't really have anything he can do. GG, good luck for this BC Cutie, I suppose. I love you.